I just saw a thing on Babe Ruth. Guy's name was George Herman.
That's right, man.
You never hear the George Herman.
The Great Bambino!
You're psycho, dude. I was thinking of like all the nicknames,
The
like
Sultan
from
of
the
Swing.
Sandlot.
Yeah. The Sultan of Swing. The Sultan
and
of
I
Swing.
and I was like, you could have said any one of those names, and I would have known who you were talking about. But if you would have said, you know, George Herman, I'd be like, who? That guy totally is gonna go down in history with not his real name, Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
That's a nickname that stuck, you know?
It's a good one. I like that. Yeah. Baby Ruthie. Um,
Uh,
Actually, baseball in the news today. Breaking news,
Uh-oh.
honestly. Stuff that I'm very excited about this news. I think it is long overdue, and I think they did it on purpose. Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson among players reinstated by the MLB. Yeah.
No,
Charlie Huss. Yeah.
nice. Everybody knew they were gonna do it after he died.
They waited till after
They
he
waited till
died.
after he died. That's
That's
oh, that gave me
correct.
a little bit of the chills, man. Shoeless Joe too. So they're gonna go into the Hall of Fame.
All the Black Sox, they actually cleared all their names and they announced Manfred, who's the current um, commissioner of baseball, said that now, as the rule that they're establishing, after these people die, if they've been banned, they will be allowed to be reinstated. So this will go for Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, all these guys who were part of the
Yeah.
PED era, the PED era. You know, they'll have to die, and then they can probably go into Cooperstown.
Oh, that's
Um,
good though. At least they get in.
yeah, I'm down with this. I think it's unfortunate that you know the Black Sox and Shoeless Joe Jackson, who many argue wasn't even he was almost too dumb to be a part of the plot, and he
A lot of
literally
people say he wasn't.
well he
You can
played
look at the stats.
yeah, statistically he played flawlessly. He actually had one of the best series out of anyone there. Um, you know, they bet on themselves to lose and they threw the series. I think that's bullshit and you probably should be left out. You know, you Michael Jordan gambled on himself winning.
I know you should. Yeah, you should be allowed to bet on yourself winning.
Same with Pete Rose. He was a manager at the
Uh,
time, not a player, and he bet on his team winning. I think that kind of gives you an in.
I know him. I don't agree with the Black Sox. You got to remember the times too, though. These guys were getting paid dog shit.
Absolutely.
Not even enough to live. It wasn't like they were getting millions of dollars and then threw the game for a little spending cash.
Right on the
Some of
money.
these guys did it to literally feed their families.
Yeah, no, I think at the time also we had Comiskey running the White Sox, who's
Yeah.
notorious and infamous for being just a total cheapskate and sleazeball and totally screwed these guys.
No, a shitty South Sider?
Yeah,
I would hear of it, Frank.
his grandson is Pope now. Apparently, that's it's amazing how that works.
Fucking shysters, man.
I got to tell you though, sport wise, I think we're missing a beat compared to 80 years ago or so. I was reading the article when the commission, our commissioner is Manfred, which I don't know, that name's all right, but the commissioner who investigated and then banned Pete Rose, A. Bartlett Giamatti.
Wow.
That's a name,
That's
right?
a detective name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of power behind that.
I
Like
can
that.
picture him in a trench coat.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm A. Bartlett Giamatti.
Oh, you took off the monocle. Is that what you just did right there?
Yeah, you saw
Yeah,
that? And then he puts it in his pocket and pulls out a
that's
business
right.
card. If you see something, say something.
Yes, man, absolutely. That dude, you're psycho, bro. It's literally what I was thinking. But even better, to one up Mr. Giamatti, the commissioner who banned Shoeless Joe Jackson and the Black Sox. He was actually the first commissioner in MLB in 1921. Get a load of this guy. Kennesaw Mountain Landis.
Wow. Was that a nickname mountain? Or
That's
that
his
was
that's the
real
middle
middle
name,
name?
bro. Yeah, no
On the
quotes on the
birth
yes,
certificate, middle
dude.
name.
Yeah.
Wow. How big was that baby? You're like, well, I gotta call him Mountain.
The baby itself about 7 ounces. His testicles, though, were about, double the size, actually.
And he came out with his monocle.
Yeah, that's right.
Is ready to commission.
Yeah, dude. Kennesaw Mountain Landis, dude.